WrestleMania Radio Row with Renee Young, who's going to have a very busy day come WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
She's like hosting shows and doing special stuff.
Yeah, a lot of special stuff. My specialty is special stuff.
I like that. So
Yeah.
you're going to be hosting the pre-show again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Going to be doing the kickoff show. We've got a 2-hour kickoff show. Special start time of 4 p.m. Central, 5 Eastern. 2 hours. The second hour is going to be live on USA Network, and we are going to we're going to get down to it. Set the tone for WrestleMania. Break down all the matches. I'm going to hang out with my buddy Booker T, Peter Rosenberg. We're going to have a time. David Otunga, JBL.
You get along with Rosenberg? I'm kidding.
I actually do. I like him.
And then afterwards, you're going to be hosting the post show on Tout, right?
I don't. Oh, on Tout. Yes.
on Tout.
Everything is streaming on Tout.
It's a hot property that's
Still is.
state of the art. We got to get to it.
Yep.
So
It's the move.
So is this your 6th WrestleMania?
Sure is.
So how does it feel any different from the first one?
Oh my God, it feels massively different. Yeah, I mean when I went to my first WrestleMania, which was New York, New Jersey, I had really kind of just started. I was especially not on. I think I was like close to my first loop ever even being on the road. So I didn't really know anybody. I kind of kept to myself. But now it's like I've been here for 6 years. Some of like my best friends work here. My husband works here. So yeah, it's more. It's definitely more of like a comfort level difference. Socially different, and definitely what I'm doing is different. I mean, I did an interview with Mark Henry on the kickoff show for WrestleMania in New York, and now I get to host a 2-hour kickoff show with some of my buddies.
So yeah, I mean, what's it going to be like for you to watch Mark Henry? Because like you said, you're
what a
friends with so many
guy.
different people. Mark is such a really good guy, and he's going to be going into the Hall of Fame coming up tonight, in fact, on Friday night.
Yeah, I can't wait for Mark's induction speech. And he's just such a great guy. He has such a good heart, and he works so hard for everything that he does. So as soon as I saw that he was being inducted, I knew already everybody get some tissues, or there's going to be laughter, there's going to be some tears. I hope that he has a really cool jacket. But yeah, he's an awesome dude, and I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing, to be able to see the guys do all that for the Hall of Fame and the relationships that you build. Go back to even when you were a kid, though, because tell me if this is right. I believe your first WWE experience was WrestleMania 6 or right around there?
Yeah.
So what was it like being, backstage and going to the show, because you were there because of your father for his work? I was
there with him. I was a kid at the time, and I was just kind of going as like an event. My dad was working. I was like, yeah, cool, I'll come check this out. But I remember being backstage and seeing. I don't know if it was this time or another, because I don't think I would have been backstage at WrestleMania. So it would have just been probably a live event at Toronto or pay-per-view. But getting to see Mick Foley and Chyna and The Rock, and like seeing all these larger than life figures, and it is really a trip to think of like going from there to now being here and being able to host shows and sort of carve out my own little spot within the company. It's really, I don't actually really think about it that often, but it's crazy.
And that's the thing. I think a lot of people, you don't really think about it until after the fact.
I'm not really
and
that
then
like
you're
reflective
wow.
all the time, where I'm like, man, I've really done it. But no, it's cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody's really reflective.
No.
It's funny, you talk to some of the guys and they don't realize like what they've done until later on. They're like, wait a second, I did this, I did that.
Yeah, it's funny because like I think also like time just goes by so fast here, because it's next, busy, go to a town, etc. That like you don't have that much time to really sit and relish in those moments. But yesterday I was doing a rehearsal for our business partner summit, and seeing like the video packages that WWE puts together of just like what our product is. It's truly incredible. And like sitting there watching it, like that was a reflective moment of like seeing that package, and I was like, man, you look at the stuff that WWE does and how wide our reach is and how insanely talented everybody is that works here. It's just such a powerhouse. And sometimes not that you forget that, but you're in it, and whether you're dealing with like, what am I going to eat in catering today, or like, did I get my hotel room? You don't always think about the majesty of what happens.
Right.
Here.
You've got to do so many different projects, from post-game shows, pre-game shows, and the New Day, by the way, they are loud. Big E.
Hear the lungs on Xavier Woods? Dang.
Oh, it's crazy, man. I thought that Big E could hold a note, but that was Xavier right there, and That was ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
But you've got to do something like you've done pre-game shows, you've done post-game shows,
Yep.
you've done some other series on the network. What other projects are you interested in doing right now that you think they might let you do?
You know what? Right now, I'm trying to kind of figure out what my next thing is that I want to do that I think will be a good fit. I think I would like to kind of do something a little more outside of the box now, like a different kind of content for WWE that's not so wrestling driven, but more like personality driven and situation driven. So whether it's like doing like a food show or a travel show, something a little bit different than that. Especially having the network and trying to expand that and seeing where the network's going to kind of go to. Because it's one thing to have like a post show, and I love doing those, but another thing to go out and actually like film some content and produce something. Like I think I want to definitely put on the producer pants a little more too.
I mentioned the post-game shows, and of course, Talking Smack. You got to work closely
Yeah.
with Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
What's it been like for you to see him over these last couple of years, and then to now where he's finally getting that opportunity to go back in the ring?
It's incredible. Like it makes me so proud of what he's been able to accomplish, and it makes me so excited for us to be able to watch that and to get to see him coming back inside a WWE ring. And just from the little glimpses that we've had leading up to WrestleMania, it's like he's just so passionate about what he does. Clearly, I mean, he's been told so many times, you're not going to wrestle again. It's not going to happen. And now he's at a point where like he's overcome those obstacles and he gets to live out that dream. And I think that's just like a note for everybody. It's like where there's a will, there's a way, and you can make some stuff happen. And yeah, I think, just seeing how sad it was when he had to retire. Like everybody remembers that day of like being in Seattle and him coming out and giving his speech. Like it was just so heartbreaking. And seeing the different versions of where he's been at as well, from like us doing Talking Smack and Miz giving him the business about not being able to wrestle. And
Right.
I can really see how much that was affecting him and how much it was really striking a chord. So now to have him on the upswing with that is really badass.
Yeah, tell me about that moment when you're sitting there and this is going on, that you don't know what's going to happen with Miz.
Yeah,
and,
never.
And Miz has turned it up like the knob up to like 20. He's broken it off at this point as he's going after Daniel.
Well, it's interesting because, so Miz will push things wherever he needs to go because that's what he
Right.
does. He's good at picking a scab for sure. Starting a little bit of a fire. And Bryan, when we're doing Talking Smack, especially at this point when he knows he can't wrestle, he's in a bit of a spot where he's like, whatever, I'm going to do and say whatever I want in this
Right.
show. So it led to a really interesting dynamic of like legit, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know if somebody's going to end up crying. I don't know if they're going to get in a fight, like a physical altercation. Like I had no idea exactly where that was going to go, but I could see how difficult it was for Bryan to not be able to retaliate to the things that
I thought he
Miz
was going to
doing.
retaliate
So
for a
did
second.
Many times I was like waiting for that reaction to happen as like almost like a knee-jerk reaction of when somebody gets in your face like that. I mean, it's how do you not?
Right.
It's crazy.
And for Miz, he's like, I can get away with whatever I want here. And worst case scenario is I get more attention, or if something does happen down the line
Right.
and this guy can come back,
Yep.
now we can actually play this off even
Well, I
more.
just don't think that I don't think was ever on anybody's mind.
Right,
Maybe
I don't
when
think
he
it
comes
was, but
back.
it's
like
just
definitely not. But it's interesting now to see like, all right, Miz, you
Yeah.
talk the talk, and now he's back.
It's a happy circumstance
It
that
is.
comes off of that. So
Yeah.
it's incredible.
It's really cool. I can't wait. I'm so excited for it.
So to see you get ready for this and to prep and everything, how's your tan game, especially when it comes to
Okay.
working in a business of tans?
So my tan game usually sucks because I don't like tanning. I'm not really, I'm not like this sun datey. I don't like sitting in the sun that much.
That's me.
And I don't like self tanner, but I have on self tanner right now, and it's all I can smell. It's the worst.
I thought I was smelling the crawfish.
Oh, I hope I don't smell like
No.
crawfish. But yeah, I don't have a great tan game, but I'm working on it because I'm wearing an orange suit for WrestleMania, and you cannot wear orange without a tan. So it turns out. So I've got a couple days to get a little something, but I can never be too dark. It's like I think I legit have like built-in SPF. My skin just like reflects the sun. I'm not meant to have a tan.
So what stands out to you when it comes to WrestleMania on Sunday as something that It's really a loaded card, and WrestleMania is always special.
Yeah.
But is there one or two things in particular that stands out to you from your perspective?
I think definitely the Bryan thing. Obviously, like everybody else, I cannot wait to see what Ronda Rousey is going to do inside this WWE ring. I think what we've seen so far has been amazing. And anybody that gets to have that cool moment with Stephanie McMahon is like, those are always huge history-making moments. And it's going to be a history-making moment regardless of any of that. But I'm excited to see what Ronda does. And I'm also really excited to see Charlotte and Asuka.
Yeah.
I think they are going to tear the roof off. It's going to be incredible.
With Ronda, I think the interesting thing is she is a star, and she's bringing so many people to watch it.
Yeah.
But the scrutiny that comes with it, because this is a very tough business.
Sure.
And she's just starting off, and to start off in this manner, the pressure that comes with it, and she's under such an intense microscope right now. I think from a lot of people, that's difficult to watch, because at the same time you say you've got to perform, but then at the same time it's like, well, she's just getting into this, and it's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. But I mean, she's a world-class athlete. She's an Olympian. She has been one of the main people to ever carve out their own niche in something. And for her to be able to come here, it's not like she's starting from ground zero. Yes, it is WWE and things are under a microscope. So it is definitely different, but I think it's like a shade off of what she's used to doing. So it's a big stage feel, but I mean, this woman has main evented pay-per-views on her own for some time. So I think like, at least you don't have to worry about that stage setting throwing somebody off. I mean, she's ready for that. And like you said, she's a star and she's got that spotlight. And she's a badass. So, I can't wait to see what she does.
Yeah. Last thing, when WrestleMania finishes, do you breathe a sigh of relief, or is it just like next show, next city?
Oh,
keep
no,
it
there's
going?
definitely a sigh of relief. Yeah, definitely. I think really the sigh of relief comes Tuesday. Because there's still Monday and Tuesday. We've got Raw and SmackDown here. But it's definitely like getting through that bulk of WrestleMania. I mean, we are on the air for a long time. And there is obviously a little more pressure going into WrestleMania. So once you get through it, nothing bad happened. Everyone's cool. On to the next. It's great.
Well, have fun.
Thank you.
We're going to be watching.
Yes.
Everybody's going to be looking forward to the kickoff show, 4 o'clock Central, Sunday, 5 o'clock Eastern. 2 hours of Renee Young goodness.